All right. Hello, everyone. This is going to be another pseudo update type video. I am doing this live as well, so I can actually get you guys here. Was gonna wait for like maybe more people to show up. Maybe I don't want to repeat anything while I'm in here. So for anyone that kind of comes in a little bit late, just refer back to the video that I upload later. But for now, this is to kind of get a little more information in regards to my update video I did about a week ago. Um, so I don't mean for this, by the way, I don't know if you can kind of see the quality as far as the video is concerned. I did get myself a new webcam because it was really crapping out on me, the other one that I have back here. Now it's actually much better. This is the Elgato one, the Elgato Facecam. So real smoothness. So that's a kind of pseudo update for the future of the channel. That goes to show, like, I'm not quitting streaming or anything. It's just, it's going to have to kind of be on the back burner. But that's something that I wanted to kind of go a little more into depth about and what I was thinking. So, I need to... So here is what I was kind of contemplating. I didn't want to go too personal with what I was going through and what was happening with the streams. Mainly because I needed my own outlet to kind of figure it out and to really get my things in order. But I feel like I need to kind of be transparent with you people, because it is in relation to how often we stream here and how often I provide content. So I feel like this is more to kind of get in depth much more. So I think I'm just going to kind of start back at around when I first, right around like maybe the first bit of bad news. So, I got this new job, you know, things are starting to be really well, and the job is still amazing. Like, I'm still loving what I'm doing now and just making good money. So, it's no real preface on that. It's just, it's kind of happened to me like a lot in my life to where, things kind of happen to like my family and me where one step forward, few steps back type deal. We kind of go through a lot with us that I won't share too much because it's already in the past. But it's nothing new that things kind of stumble for us. So it happens. It's life. You know, I'm not going to say that everything is perfect. I'm sure like people still, of course, everyone goes through their own things. But it seems like for whatever we try to get things on track, it just something doesn't really work out. And this is another example of what happened. So at the end of February, my mother, who is the tenant of the house that we're in of 12 years, got a message from the landlord saying that he wanted to sell the house. Now, I kind of said that before, but now it's a little more information that, you know, it was kind of more imperative that he needed things done properly, but it isn't. So we were kind of really obviously unexpecting of that. We were planning on, and this is what we still kind of want, for us to move away, have our own home, and then kind of me be like the owner of the house at some point, for me to like just have it and then just rent it out to like maybe new people in the future or whatever the case. We were discussing like of leaving anyway. It's just now with this thing happening, we kind of have to at a much faster rate. He basically only gave us 2 months to move out, which is not legal in where we're at. It's just not, like, we've been there for 12 years. There was a certain minimum that you have to give notice, and he didn't even give us proper paperwork. So we spoke with lawyers, or my mother really spoke with lawyers to get more of a finite tune of what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be doing things. So as far as that's concerned, we just didn't know what we were going to be doing and what was going to happen because everything happened so fast. In the middle of that, and this is like kind of what I really didn't want to talk about because it is family related, but it's something that's very personal with us, and I'm going to share as much as I want to. I'm going to obviously not be so, I guess not so, to the point in details here, but I will at least let you guys know what happened. As you guys know, I have 2 brothers, one that you've seen on stream, one that's been in the streams a lot, you know, with his furryisms, and he's been around, he's in the Discord, And my other brother, who's in school for music, that's pretty much what I'm referring to, is mainly my little brother. Um, Things happened to where um, he really wasn't making a lot of sense. He wasn't really making things clear of what he was saying. And this all became apparent one night where it was about 3 a.m. and he goes on Facebook to kind of explain some things. And again, I'm going to try to not be so finite with details here, but let's just say it was enough information that was like we knew something was off beforehand, but this is clearly like after what he said and what was going on that something needed to be done. And to give you an idea, he basically was going through a list of people that he wanted to basically condemn, and he was like trying to justify the world. And the biggest major thing was that he felt that he personally was Jesus Christ, and he was going to be the Messiah and save everybody, and that people were out to kill him. And see, a lot of this stuff that just kind of, you don't really hear that from someone that you know so well, that just a flip of the switch and then starts talking like this. It freaked us out I try to keep it a little bit down, but it freaked me the hell out. We didn't know what we were going to do, and that was on top of the landlord saying that he was going to kick us out. So we did what we thought was best. My mother, I basically said, you gotta go. You gotta go see him. You gotta take care of things. So she flies down to where he is. He's in Louisiana for schooling. She flies immediately down to try to take care of him. And throughout that, still trying to deal with things here at the house, with all the moves, and pretty much leaving me to the own devices to make sure that we're okay to live in our own home. My little brother also never grew up with his father. His father basically was not around throughout his entire life. Even he came from Texas to go see him and to try to figure out what was going on. So it became that aggressive. So they go down, and this is all also stories or examples of what happened through second hearing, because it happened over there, and then this was all the information was told to me. I did not actually go down there and experience this. So just to give you the idea that I will know, even with the information that I have, I'm sure some of it is a little off. But they go down, and he's not answering his phone. He's not responding to text messages. They don't know what to do. They basically force themselves into his home, and pretty much had already spoken with the people out in Louisiana, including his professors, medical experts, of what to do. Moral of the story, that they basically admitted him to the hospital for mental check, obviously. I won't go into much further detail of what exactly happened between that conversation and when they admitted him, but that's overall what happened. That happened. He was admitted to the hospital, and they have a certain amount of, obviously there's different state laws that go into how they treat illness like that. I do talk about mental illness and all the other things that go along with people's behaviors a lot, and how I feel it's very important. And this is no different. So how it's being treated is very important for his success and whether he can actually improve in society from here on out. So they basically had a mandatory period to where my mother was just staying in the apartment, where she was cleaning the apartment, where she was making sure that all of his stuff was intact, where his cat was okay. She had a lot to go through, just basically staying there for about 2 weeks, not really knowing anything. She had to deal with a lot. I could go in, but I'm not going to. But it was quite a scene. Let's just put it that way. And again, all the by with us here at home, with how she's gonna live here and how we're gonna live here. Fast forward a little bit. They basically released him from the hospital to go back home. They basically deemed him that he was okay and he was getting better, with how they were treating him. Basically for like the first day, that was right, you know. And let me not get too focused on that. You know, let's just kind of fast forward. He's much better now. He is still not really 100%. He basically had to quit this whole semester of schooling to finish it next semester. So basically he's just in his apartment with no car. He got into an accident, so his car is totaled. No car, no means of going anywhere, no job. So it's just him and his cat. And that was what was really scaring my mother at the time, to make sure that he was okay and she was okay to leave him there. At that point, we were just like, we did all we could. He now has treatments. Like, he is now being seen by medical professionals that go to his home, so he doesn't have to drive anywhere. From what I understand, he is taking medicine, so he is now, like, I even speak to him, you know, as often as I can. And he is sounding much more like his normal self, so things are improving on that front. So the biggest thing that happened when it comes to immediate family is now at least on the process of getting better. We just need to obviously still maintain it and make sure that he's good. We can only do so much with us being here in New York and him being in Louisiana, but I feel like we are still in that process of him trying to like get better and to succeed and to finish up his schooling career and to do all that. So it's very lucky that he has a family like us to take care of him, because I don't know what could have happened with someone else trying to admit him or whatever. I couldn't imagine, like, even like if his professors didn't like him, but no, everyone loves him over in Louisiana. They think he's the best of the best. They love him so much. So he has a tremendous amount of support, you know. He always has, you know, growing up. So we really needed to make sure that he was well taken care of and well prepped. Because he's the one that kind of had it the roughest as far as growing up, mainly because of him without the father and what he really wanted to do with his life. So he was babied for his own benefit for the most part, but, you know, there's obviously negatives things to that. But anyway, that's pretty much what was happening, and my mother comes back home. Now we need to basically deal with how we're going to live and what we need to do to live. I thought of continuing my streams just as normal, just to try to get the stress off. And I'm going to be 100% honest. About Sunday of this week, something like that. Right around, like, I made the video about, like, just holding off on the streams, just because I felt like I needed to save up my own money and to sell a lot of my own things to just try to help with maybe, like, getting some money together for a possible down payment for a home. We have been pre-approved for a home. It's just a matter of actually getting the home and then putting the deposit. So it's a lot of, like, financial struggles along with time at the same time. That's just all at once. So that's really what's been kind of going on the back scenes here. So I said, you know what? I feel like it's really going to hurt me personally, but that's why I felt like I needed to stop the streams for a while. We basically need to make sure that we even know where we're going at this point. Legally, we're fine about staying here. He didn't give us an actual notice proper to leave. But now it's more of like, once that does happen, we need to figure out what we need to do from there. But hopefully, with all things happening and things are getting a little bit more in a positive direction, we might be able to get into a home, hopefully by August at this point. The realtor we've been speaking with, it's someone that she knows personally that we're trying to work with. We're trying to get things rolling, but we're still in limbo right now. We don't really know much. So that's basically what it's at currently as the status. We just don't have it right now, and we're trying to have it right now. So I've been, like, putting stuff, as you see behind me. I have some of these things listed on eBay, so I can hopefully just at least put that money away to help with, like, you know, whatever finances and shit, that when it does come down for when we can at least put towards the mortgage and help us move in. So any little bit basically helps. So that's why I've been, you know, kind of away. So back to me, you know, because this is kind of really what's really important that I wanted to discuss. So it was Sunday, I believe. I made the video already to, like, tell you guys that I was going to pause the streams, and I didn't tell you what I was going to be doing, but I basically said I have to start putting my stuff up and maybe get a second job, to at least try to help things kind of go through, like, with what we're doing. Um, which I'm still looking for another job just in case, but I had a long discussion, but we'll get there. So I would say like Monday-ish, Sunday or Monday. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I had a complete mental shutdown. And what I mean by that is I was having a discussion with my mom about what was going on, and I came pretty much at a breaking point of my own stress that I didn't know about. I got off the phone with her of what she was telling me, and I kind of threw my phone on the pillow and yelled, and I was the only one in the home. I yelled and I screamed. I just completely shut down, and I didn't know it was spurring within me up until that conversation. And it's just so much that happens with my own personal life that I have to make sure that my family is well taken care of, but that kind of always comes first, and my shit always comes last. And I never really understood how much I really like needed me for me up until that point, because at that point I'm just like, this is just going to be the rest of my life where I always make sure that they're good, and whatever comes with me is just secondary or even last in my own things. And I have no personal real problem with that. It's just with all that being kind of put in, it's like, how the fuck am I going to do this really with my life and with this? It's just, there was a lot going in here that even I didn't really think about or know. So, going from that, I basically told her when she came home that I didn't want anything. I didn't have a plan. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to come home when I was done with work, just continue working. I'm going to sell my stuff on eBay. I'm going to go to another job to just do what I got to do. And I told her, she didn't even know that I stopped streaming. She thought that I would just come down here and just keep streaming. But I told her I stopped. I was basically done with the stream indefinitely. And she told me that wasn't a good idea. I was building so much with you guys and all that. I said, I just don't care anymore. Like, I felt in that moment that nothing really mattered, and that I just needed to make sure that no matter what happens, whether I'm happy or not, whatever I do doesn't matter. Whatever stress I need to take off doesn't matter. We need to get this done so that we don't become homeless at a current point. So I basically shut myself off for like a good 2 days, and I just was not really focused. I was just going through the motions at work. I was like one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. And I had a full-on conversation with my mother, and we basically like had a really long talk because I don't really talk about myself and my emotions all that much. I try to keep it at bay as much as I can, because personally, I don't think that it really matters, but it does. I always try to, I can't take my own advice. That's my biggest fault. I can't take my own advice, especially when it comes to relief of stress and release of holding out on a lot within you, and to make sure that it's all let out and to be healthy and all that. I thought I was doing good, but clearly everyone's state of mind is affected differently. So mine is no different. And I didn't know I had that up until that. So we had a long talk and hugged it out, and I felt really bad, like, of what it was making her feel and all that. I just didn't know what to do, and I still don't really know what to do. But all in all, I'm here today to really kind of update as to what we're doing here for the stream. To be honest with you, I don't want a second job. I want to keep doing this. I really do. But you know, I gotta make some calls in like what I really want to do, because things are gonna happen real fast, and we're hoping things do come out for the better, and we're looking up, and things are looking up. But I have to always kind of keep that reserved mind in check, to where just in case, you know. So the current plan, I do plan on streaming still. That's the idea. Because I really don't want to look for another job. I really don't want to do all that shit. I want to come home to you guys, and I want to still do this. And please don't get the wrong impression when I do say this. The idea that the fact that income is provided through here is a very nice incentive to continue. But again, I could never ask for anything. Please don't make this seem like this is more than what I'm actually saying. What I am saying is that this is already my second job in a way. And there it is. I don't even have it. I don't even have it up because I don't even want to see it. So there it is. I will look at it later. That is the idea, like where it could still at least produce some profit in a way where it can help a little bit, but I still am gonna like do all I can for like my side stuff. Like anything I'm gonna sell is really gonna just go straight to like my bank account, and just to hopefully like put it off for like the down payment and all that. So I'm still gonna be continuing that, but there's now that extra thing where it's like whatever is being from here is also being towards that. So that's the way I kind of look at it now. Mainly like the idea of the streams and all this stuff, whatever income was coming from here was going to now with this equipment. Now you can see like now the camera is new. I would get new not laptops, but new monitors, new computer, like anything related to the computer. All this new shit was basically all funded by you guys. I wouldn't have a personal computer with a 3070 Ti. To be fair, I did buy my own 3070 Ti, but at least the idea of having my own computer to stream from with all this shit set up, it's all going towards like what you guys see on the daily when I do provide it. So it's not like it's going to waste, like I was like putting it all just because I wanted to fucking have McDonald's or some shit like that. I never liked the idea of that, like taking someone else's money to do whatever I wanted with it. It was to reimburse it back and reinvest it for your guys' entertainment and for your guys' being here. So that's how it always has been. But at least until I can get things right, I can't have that as the focus. It does kind of need to go towards my own personal thing, in which it's all going towards me living. So technically that is on that spectrum on a much larger scale, but that's really what the update is really going to be about, to really talk about. I know that a lot of people are really here mainly, like a lot of my followers are mainly here for certain kind of content, which is a lot coming from the Marvel community. I get that, you know, like that's 100% fine. But what I really want to do does not always have to be about what everybody else wants to see. I still love doing playthroughs, and I still love doing random ass streams here and there, just Mario Party or whatever, just having fun and relaxing and all that shit. So I'm still gonna do whatever I want, but I will try to at least appease everybody in the way of like at least having eyes on it, to get people more aware about me here, to in turn hopefully get more people for support. And again, support does not always mean financial. It's just more of like kind of more outreach, you know, more of like community growing, because that's what I want to do, is community growth and perspective on that, and building and, you know, encompassing. So that's really what it all kind of always has been, and just kind of reaching out to so many different platforms. That's always what I liked, is just what everyone likes. Oh, what game you like fucking playing? Oh, tell me about that so I can play it, and all this shit. So it all kind of like, you kind of put your hands in many different areas so you can like experience and like kind of grow within that way. That's how I always envisioned it, and that's how I really want it to be. In which that's going to continue. That's the idea. But yeah, I don't know where I was going. I don't know where I was going with that. All in all, there's not really much else that kind of happened. My older brother is. I don't even see it because it's off. So I need to kind of lower. I need to kind of lower this because I can't hear. So I'll read all this later. That's why it's not even here. I don't even know what's happening. So aside from the bits in the chat, that I do see, but I'll acknowledge that later. So all in all, oh yeah, this is where I was going. My older brother does want to come back home and live with us, so that would be helpful for us because then that's another person that can help with potential mortgage and stuff. And the idea is like the house that we're looking at does have a separate section to where we could rent it out. So that would hopefully, like, if we rent it out to somebody, you know, 1,800 or something to help us out with the mortgage, that would basically help us out to save and then build better for the house. So we have a lot of things to really go over a lot. So a lot of my other time that's going to be off camera is towards that. So that's mainly what it is, you know, like you can't really say much else that kind of has that, but you know, I try to do my best to make sure everyone else is okay and to try to support a lot of, cause I really do love, supporting and to give props and to show respect and all this other shit to help grow everybody else. I fucking do that all the time. I most recently, not to boast or anything. That's not the idea. It's just, it's never always been about me. It's always about, you know, giving back. That's what it is. You know, you give back. That's 100% accurate on anything that you do, not just with this stream shit, you know? I don't know where else I'm going to ramble on it, but I feel like maybe that's about it. Like I said, my older brother's going to be coming back at some point. Hopefully by then we'll have our house and he'll be able to kind of move back and then get a job and, you know, help with that. Again, that's the idea. We just need to see what the future really holds when it comes to that. But I felt after like my breakdown that I really needed to kind of reconsider on like what I felt was important for me and what I want, because even I didn't know what I want and I didn't know that I didn't know. So yeah, there's not much else to it. I do plan on being back, you know. I'll say that I can at least be a little bit more comfortable saying that I can stream a little bit more often next week. I'll try to like, there's the TNS tournament tomorrow I'm going to play, and maybe I'll stream my version of that, and then fuck around afterwards or something. I do still on keeping like, as far as like my plan for like what the future holds with like what games I wanted to play. I still wanted to like kind of tackle on the backlog that I have. I feel like I am going to start with Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. At least so that way, like, that's a new experience for us. Rather than going back and finishing some things, I want to at least start something brand new. With the close of Elden Ring, it's like I'm kind of needing... I really wish I was going back to that game, but I'm not. The game's done. Like, at least until DLC or something comes out. So, that game's done. As much as I want to go back to it, you got to move forward with something else. 1,000 Year Door and the other indie game I talked about, Anno Mutation, something like that. Those are the two things that I was looking at, with potential of Mario Party streams and, you know, maybe even golf with your friends streams just to fuck around and have fun. Marvel streams maybe too. I don't know, nothing real set in stone on those things, but I felt like I really needed to get what I had going on out, because you guys do need to hear, because it's oh man, again, I hate saying stuff like this, but I need to take my own advice. You really do need it, and taking it from me, to really take the time for yourself and to really do a wellness check for you. You can always be there for someone else, and you can always be there to make sure that everyone else is okay, but you really got to make sure that you're okay first. Because if you may not have it, you may break too. And I don't wish that on anybody, because that was bad. And thank God it never really went any further than that, but I didn't know what I was feeling. I honestly felt nothing for a good while. Like I didn't, man, I didn't think I could feel like that. But I don't know. So, clearly something happened. And maybe it was just so much stress over the like past 10 years plus 12 years extra that was all weighing on my shoulders, and I've always carried, but I never really let go. And it became too much after the thing with the house. So, yeah, but just make sure you guys are okay. Make sure you guys are safe. Make sure you guys speak out for what you're feeling, and don't let that shit linger. Like, let it out. Fucking talk to somebody here and there. Don't build it up. Don't feel like you can take it all on yourself, because you may feel like you can, but you really can't. Everyone needs that other person or other people or other group or other stream to talk to. And I'm always here for you guys. Don't get me wrong. You guys can always come talk to me about anything. I would hope that my community of what I built, everyone can feel comfortable with speaking about themselves and to open up, because you don't be like me. Don't be like me and keep it in. That's what I have the venting channel for in my Discord. So if you guys aren't in my Discord or aren't following me on Twitter or whatever, just do !Discord, whatever. It's all in my Nightbot. It's all there. Or you could just ask me personally. All my shit is in there if you want to get more involved. And I want everyone to be more involved. I want to make sure that everyone's safe here and everyone's comfortable and everyone's happy. And when you're not feeling safe, that this is still the place where you can open up about it. Take it from me. Don't keep it for yourself. Do what you can to try to overcome that within yourself and speak out. Don't be like me. Be better than that. And with that, that's pretty much going to be the update. I will be back for more. But at least for now, I can at least kind of turn off for the recording and then acknowledge what happened, because I can't see, because I put it off. But again, I always appreciate you guys watching, and for everyone watching the video, I'll see you guys next time. But for everyone that's still live, we'll still stick around, alright? Alright. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Peace out, y'all. See you guys next time.